Hello and welcome to a bonus episode of Hockey Inside Out. This episode is coming to you from one of our viewers, Kathy Belanger. She's the one who asked the question for this bonus episode. Why is Martin St. Louis sticking with Yoel Armia on the third line, no less? And why is Justin Barron still in the lineup when defensively he's become a major liability? Rick, I think you are secretly Kathy Belanger and has asked this question, so we'll get you to start.
You know, as much as Armia has been able to score a few timely goals here and there, which I'll give him credit for, but his overall game, what he brings to the team, is not to my liking. Anyways. I would play Ylonen before I would play him, but that's obviously a decision from Martin St. Louis. And talking about Justin Barron, we mentioned before about his struggles a little bit defensively. He's having some trouble understanding when to play defense and when to go. And I think that it might be worthwhile for him to take a step back and somebody else to step in there so he can have a look at his overall game and try and get his defensive responsibilities back to where it should be, which is not playing a high risk.
Yeah, I think if Barron was left-handed, he'd already be in the American Hockey League, but he's waiver exempt for another 78 games. To me, it's a no-brainer. He needs to go down and work on his game, get his confidence back. What he needs to do to improve isn't that complicated. It's keep your head up and be aware of the play in the defensive zone. Most of his struggles come from when he has the puck on his stick and his back is to the play. He assumes that he has more time than he does, and he gets caught. Just look over your shoulder. You know, Slavkovsky had to learn that last year, figuring out where people are on the ice instead of just throwing a pass to where you think players might be. Now he's figured it out. Justin Barron needs to have that same awakening just in the defensive zone. As for Yoel Armia, I'm going to be careful about this because I don't want to make everybody mad. But Armia's getting minutes because he's doing his job. He's always been a player who does the little things pretty well, doesn't create a lot of scoring. Once you get in the offensive zone, he makes you scratch your head or smash your head into a desk because his decision-making is not very good. And he's got that lag in his play where he's at 0.5 seconds too slow on passing and shooting. So it doesn't generate a lot of offense. But hey, he's scoring at a 20 goal per 82 game pace right now. Defensively, he's been absolutely stellar at even strength and on the penalty kill. Guys like Ylönen, I like him. I think he's got a lot of offense, but defensively has not been that strong. That could be because of his line mates. But right now, Armia is playing on the fourth line. I think if you were building this lineup on merit, Armia would be playing more than Josh Anderson. And I know he's getting goals right now, but Josh Anderson is a black hole defensively and has been for his entire career. And he doesn't bring offense really either. He brings individual offense, but not team offense. Whereas Armia, he's not helping you on offense, but he hasn't been hurting either. And defensively, he's been incredible. So I'll give credit to Armia. He woke up from the demotion and he is actually trying now. He's not just lackadaisically skating around, going out for an exercise for his shifts. He's trying. So I think he's playing because he deserves to.
Yeah, and Armia, man, what a frustrating player to watch, right? I mean,
incredible.
The talent level is off the charts. I mean, he should be a 30-goal scorer in the NHL every year. He can skate. You can't when he doesn't want you to get the puck off him, you can't get the puck off him. Thing is, he only shows up once in a while, right? But he's been showing up. It's like, you know, if he it didn't seem like being sent to Laval to start the season was as much of a wake-up call as it should have been. But then he took that really dumb penalty at the end of a game. I can't remember who who it was against, and the other team scored on the power play to win the game. And I thought, okay, he's going back to Laval. But there were injuries, so they were sort of stuck, and they were on the road, so they were sort of stuck with keeping him. And I'm wondering if maybe Armia wondered the next morning when we woke up, am I going back to Laval again? And maybe that was the real wake-up call. He's got 6 goals. He's got 2 more goals than Yuri Slavkovsky. So he's scoring now. He's shooting when he gets his chances. But when he was sent down to the Laval at the beginning of the season, Marty St. Louis had a great quote, and I saved it here, and I'll read it out. It was talking, it says, you have to understand your window to being a professional athlete is so small, and that your life after hockey is going to be much longer, and you don't get do-overs. So you got to stay in the moment and get after it. And Marty St. Louis has so many good quotes, and that was an outstanding one. Like, you're in the NHL, life's great, you're flying on planes, you're eating meals with your teammates, you're making a lot of money, but it's a very short time in your whole lifespan, and it goes by really quick. And maybe Yoel Armia has finally realized that, he cleared waivers. Nobody else wanted him. He's got one more year in his contract. It's like, nobody else wants you. Do you realize that? The way you're playing, nobody wants you. So maybe those words from Marty St. Louis, the fact he got sent down to Laval, the fact he should have been sent down to Laval, I thought, after that idiotic penalty he took. I think it was in Tampa where it cost him the game. But he's still here. And maybe finally the wake-up call has come that you got to show up every night, man. You're going to have good games and bad games. You got to show up every night. And there's too many nights in the past where Yoel Armia hasn't showed up, and recently he has been showing up. So good for him.
Yeah, I watched an interview with Thierry Henry, and he was talking about when professional athletes' career is over, in a way, like a part of them dies, right? Yeah. Your life completely changes. Your routine is completely upended, and it's something you've been doing your whole life, right? From like minor league playing, it's part of you is gone. So I think that realization may have been something for Armia, like you said, Stu, that has brought out his best game. And like his best game is still not what we want it to be. And I think everybody's looking at Armia and thinking now, oh, maybe he can be traded, as opposed to, oh, well, we want to keep this guy now. But it's good for the club overall that he's playing well.
Well, as I say, why are they keep playing him? If he keeps playing like this, steadily, consistent, such a big word, until the trade deadline, maybe Hughes can get something for him. And at this point, you'd almost take anything you can get for him. But maybe you can get something for him because, I mean, the reason why he was a first-round draft pick, right? I mean, size, skills, skating, shot, ability to protect the puck. He is such a talented player. And there must be other players in the team, like a Michael Pezzetta, saying, my God, if I had just some of that talent, if some of that talent with the Michael Pezzetta's work ethic, you'd have a 20-goal scorer at least. And I mean, Yoel Armia should be a 20 to 30 goal scorer in the NHL, and he's never been. And the reason why is he just doesn't show up too many nights.
I'm sure Pezzetta thinks even if he just had Armia's body, not even his skill, but his physical stature, can you imagine how many guys Pezzetta would try to fight if he was as big as Armia?
The thing with Pezzetta, I mean, he finishes every check. Like Eric Engels had a good tweet this week. He says he plays like some players play chess, some players play checkers. He plays pinball. He just bounces off of. I mean, I like everything about Michael Pezzetta's work ethic, and if he had a little bit of Yoel Armia's talent, he wouldn't be playing on the fourth line. That's for sure.
And don't get me wrong. I have nothing personal against Armia. I played with guys like that before, and the bottom line for me is. The guys that you like to play with and you enjoy and respect are guys that show up each and every night and give everything that they have to their capability. And that's the bottom line. That will never change, and not easy to put a team together that you have that type of personnel in each and every one of your players. But I think that the Canadiens organization is looking to find those guys that are going to be determined to make the difference each and every shift and each and every night.
And again, nothing personal against Armia. I mean, he's a man of very few words. Like, it's almost a waste of time interviewing. It's all one-word answers, doesn't say anything. That's fine. This is his personality. He's a big, quiet, shy guy, and he plays hockey too often like a big, quiet, shy guy just out there for a skate.
Well, share your thoughts below on Yoel Armia or Justin Barron. And if you have a question that you want the panel to answer, leave that in the comment section below. And make sure you go to hockeyinsideout.com to see our full episode. It's our first one of 2024.